Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Delphine and today, as you could see from the title, we are going to speak about the ballerina brand you need to know about. It's a French brand and I'm very excited to present it to you. It's a brand I love. I own a lot of their shoes and yeah, I cannot wait to tell you more about it. You might hear my voice is a bit is a bit gone. I mean, it's better now, but I've been sick and lost my voice, and now it's back, but it's still a bit weird. So I'm sorry. I hope it won't be too bad. Okay, I prepared a bit because there's so much to say about this brand, and I thought I will first tell you a bit more about the brand and in particular why I think it is the best brand and why you need to know about this brand if you like ballerinas in general or simply right now just want to follow the ballerina trend, which is a trend that anyway comes and goes and comes back every few summers. So if you like ballerinas or just wants to follow the trend, then let's see why this brand is the best. And then we will go into a bit more of practical details like the price, the sizing, the available options and ranges, and also my own experience with the ones I own. And yeah, and that's it. Then let's get started. So let's unveil the mystery. The brand I want to tell you about is called Repetto. You might have heard about it already, maybe not, it depends. If you're French, you have probably more chances of having heard about it. If you're not French, I guess it depends how much you care about the dance ballet universe and generally also about ballerinas. So for example, so they look like this. This is one of them. So their logo is simply like that. And they're made in France. And yeah, so the history why, for example, I think this is the best brand. So ballerinas generally, this shoe comes from the ballet world, right? It's an adaptation of these ballet shoes ballet dancers are wearing. And the thing is, Repetto was created in 1947, so it's also a brand which will come close to 100 years of existence. So it's not a new brand. And they created their shoes for the National Opera of Paris. So this brand is originally coming from the ballet world, and for many years they produced ballerinas just for dancers, just for the opera, not just ballerinas. They also do pointe shoes and outfits and everything, and they still do nowadays. Give shoes and produce the equipment, let's say. I don't know the exact English word that I could use, but yeah, shoes, leotards, outfits and so on for the National Opera of Paris, but also for many other dancing companies in France. And the first time they created let's say ready-to-wear ballerina that was out of the world, I think it was the red one, and it was for Brigitte Bardot. It was on her request for the movie Et Dieu créa la femme. I don't know if you've already heard about it. And so yeah, they created this ballerina, and that's what also launched the trend generally. They opened their first shop in 1959 in 22 Rue de la Paix in Paris, so it's really close to the opera, and the shop is still there nowadays. It's, if you have the opportunity to go see it, it's a very nice shop. And it was frequented, so I have the information, that I don't tell you lies. I have my sources. And it was frequented by the world's prima ballerinas, so Nouriv, Baryshnikov, Béjart, and so on. They all got their supply dancing shoes and garments with Repetto. So again, it's really a brand that has a long history of craftsmanship and catering to the ballet world, and which for me makes it particularly relevant for ballerina shoes, which come from the ballet world. And it's also interesting to know that since the beginning they have always been handmade in France, originally in the little atelier of the founder, which is called Rose Repetto. And then they opened a big factory, so in 1967 in Dordogne in France, and the shoes are still made there nowadays. It did not change, and they are handmade. They use a special stitch where they call it the stitch and return method, where it brings a better comfort. You won't have the stitches inside the shoes, or anything to I mean, I can't really show you because this is on top of it, so can't really see, but there is just nothing to, I mean, it's really comfortable. And yeah, nowadays they are still made there. The factory still exists. For the little anecdote, a friend of mine was not so long ago in Dordogne, and in the area of the factory, and they have I don't know if you say factory shop in English or outlet shop. In French, it will be magasin d'usine, where you can go and you can buy them for cheaper. And yeah, and so she went and she was very happy and bought a few. And yes, so it's still produced there in Dordogne in France. It's still handmade. And I was seeing that nowadays they produce around 500,000 shoes per year, which is on one hand a lot, and the other not that much when you consider, we will see a bit later in the video, the huge range of shoes they offer. So it's really interesting. It's really good. Then in the 70s, there is another shoe model which is called the Zizi, which is kind of more like a closed derby shoe. I will put a picture here. And it was worn by Serge Gainsbourg, who became kind of the ambassador of the brand for this particular shoe. Serge Gainsbourg, if you don't know him, was a very, very famous French singer, the husband of Jane Birkin, although I don't know if they were married, but they were at least in a couple with Jane Birkin, and they had several children, which including Charlotte Gainsbourg, for example, which is still very famous nowadays. But let's not digress. And then in the year 2000, they started making a partnership with some other fashion brand. So, for example, they made one in 2000 with Issey Miyake. Then they made one in 2002 with Yohji Yamamoto. They made one in 2004 with Comme des Garçons. They made one in 2009 with Karl Lagerfeld. And I think since that there has not been really big collaborations like that. But they still every season release limited models and new colors and fabrics, and they will have or they will have some specific applique on it, some particular things, and it's really, I mean, it's really great. Yes, so and nowadays since 2010 also you can create your own shoe. You can choose every detail if you want. You can have the personalization. And they say here you have 252 varieties you can choose from. And you can choose everything. Then you can choose the leather, for example. You can choose the cord around if you want it in another color. You can choose the heel. You can choose everything. I have not made it, but to be honest, it might be something I will do one day. And the materials, it's leather. They use only leather of the best quality. It's written under the shoe that it's cuir véritable. I don't know, it will be reversed for you, but made in France. So that's what's written under it. And they have also some other options which are not with leather, so they have more durability. And with this, we're gonna move then to that topic, which is basically the price, the range, the choice of color, and everything. So so since starting with the shoes and just ballet and ballerinas, they have tremendously expanded. They also do now ready-to-wear, more athleisure style ready-to-wear, also still inspired by the ballet world with soft colors, again, ballet world. They have a huge range of shoes. They don't only do the ballerina or the Zizi I mentioned. They also do boots, pumps, sandals, all kind of shoes. They do bags. They even have a perfume. So you get really a very good range of products from the brand, especially if you like it, and yeah, it can be nice. In terms of price range, the prices are increasing every year, like classic. Compared to when I bought my first pair, or rather I got my first pair because I was still a teenager at the time. I was maybe 14 or 15. The prices have quite increased, but yeah, I won't say how long it was that I was 14, but it was more than 15 years ago, and so of course prices increase. Nowadays, so a classic ballerina, not independently from the finish, so this model, which is called the Cendrillon ballerina, retails for 270 euros. The version with the heel retails for 310 euro, just for comparison. So this is without heel and this is with heel. And they have also the Lilu ballerina, which is a bit more closed, which retail for 290 euro. So when I mean more closed is here. You have different also finish here. So this is the one which is very classic, the round one. But they now they've done some which are a bit more closed in the front. Then they do some also in leather, in simple leather, with straps. And they retail for 220 euro. So you will have those ribbon. I will put a picture here also of the model. That will be easier. Those retail for 220 euros. They also have them in a lot of different finishes. Then they have the version which is in like this. You can see the inside is different from the other ones. It's because these ones are with caoutchouc, so this kind of rubber compared to the other ones. Let me show you, for example. The other one it's leather completely, including the sail, and this one it's rubber. And inside they're also a bit thicker, and the idea is that they are more durable, and in particular you can wear them when it's raining, for example, because if you wear pure thin leather in the rain, you know it will damage it. But this, no problem. You can wear it under the rain. I'm trying to find the price range for these ones. I think I found one. I think, no. They also have some which are pointy at the end. They are called the Junon. I will also put a picture. I will put some pictures of different models you have. So the Brigitte also, which is also a bit pointy, which is inspired by Brigitte Bardot from the name. Then you will also have special models with, for example, strass or appliqué, and then the price will obviously depend on the style. Here there's some I see for 250 euro, 295 euros. So it really depends a lot. Then I will tell you a bit more about the ones I have and my experience about them. So as you could see already from a few pictures I've included and already a few models I've shown you here and there is a huge choice. I've never seen so many colors and so many options. You can have them with no heels, with little heels. You can have them in classic leather, in patent leather. You can have them with this round thing. You can have them a bit more close. You can have them round at the end, pointy at the end. You can have them with leather or with rubber. So many options. It's really worth going on their website and having a look. And they have also some which is leather, and at the end patent leather, if you like more that style. I mean, I think it's really hard not to find one you would like. If you want the ribbon, they have it with the ribbons, everything. So this is something I really enjoy. I've built my collection slowly through time. I will put a picture here of all the ones I have at the moment, which started to be quite a decent amount, I would say. I bought them little by little because, as I said, great quality, perfect durability. There are some I have them since the beginning, almost since almost 15 years. It obviously depends how much you wore them. For example, this classic black is not my first pair of classic black; it's my second pair. The first pair I had, I ended up wearing them through the years, but they were the time when I really wore them every day, 8 months of the year. And yeah, after a few years, you end up, like for any kind of shoes, obviously, going through them. But otherwise, they are extremely durable, extremely comfortable. One thing also I found, I often hear from people that don't like ballerinas, yeah, they make your feet stinky and so on. To be honest, I don't have this problem with the Repettos. I don't know if it's because of the quality of the shoe, if it's luck, if it's, I don't know why. Yeah, I'm no problem with stinky feet with them. So I'm extremely happy. A little thing to know also with them is they tend to size small. So I would advise for the classic leather one, or the one which are in this kind of sweat fabric, or the fabric even one. I don't know if you can see these ones are made out of fabric. I will recommend to take at half a size bigger. That's normally what I go for. half a size to one size. Depends if you tend to have your feet which are getting a bit bigger when it's warm or not, but at least half a size bigger for sure. The patent leather one, I would recommend to go one size bigger because the fabric, I mean the material obviously will have less stretch, and then yeah, it's a bit less comfortable if they are too tight. For example, these one are in 36, and they are for me a bit small. Yeah, it's one of the first pair of patent leather I bought, and so I did not know better at the time, and yeah, now I know better. I still wear them, but then definitely not the most comfortable. And since that, I bought a bit bigger, like for example, these ones are in 36 and a half. I have some in 37 too. Both sizes are good for me. As I said, I will not go under. Like the rubber one, I even took them in 37 because they are even less stretchy, because the rubber is obviously even less flexible than natural leather. So I even went for 37 with this one. And I find that sometimes also the one with the heels, it's even good to, yeah, not go just half a size, but even a full size bigger, because your foot will tend to go a bit down inside, and so you want to be comfortable. So yeah, I would recommend at least half a size. If you want to be on the safe side, even go for one size bigger. More, I think that will make no sense. You will just lose them. Another thing which is good to know, I did not do it for all of them because some I wear a bit less often than others, and now, as you could see, I have quite a lot of them. So I don't wear them all the time anymore. I can rotate more. But if you want to improve the durability, a good trick is to have them redone by shoe. I don't know how you say in English. A shoemaker, cordonnier in French. Like for example, this is something I did for these ones. You can see here they added a little rubber thing. They glued it on top of. You can see here under is the normal leather one, and on top is the rubber one that was glued. And same here, a little rubber thing was glued also on top, compared to the classic one. You can see there's been one more layer added, quasi. And this will obviously improve the durability, because pure leather, especially such a high quality, but at the same time smooth, so that it's comfortable leather, of course will get damaged much faster on the ground. You can see when you walk with them, they get marked quite fast. But this being said, I also don't do it all the time. These ones I've worn a lot more, this silvery one. Yeah, definitely still wear them a lot. They're still good, can still wear them a lot. So you don't have to, just if you really want to improve the durability. And so yeah, I love them. I try to buy them when they do sales, or I try also sometimes to buy them second hand, because they are not cheap. And I love them so much that I like to have a lot of different colors that I can easily pair with different outfits. And so I will definitely advise, they do sales, so you can definitely wait for the sales, or you can also always have a look for the second-hand market. But if there is a specific one you like, especially a limited edition one, then sometimes it's worth breaking the bank and going for it, because you will have it for an extremely long time. And I find, and even though they're a bit expensive compared to, for example, at the moment with the ballerina trend, we see a lot of them from Miu Miu or from Chanel. These are not at the same price point. They are cheaper than Miu Miu or Chanel. So still a good price. It's you have a piece of quasi almost history, because as we saw, they existed in a long time. Best craftsmanship, handmade in France. What else can you want, right? And yeah, if you have any question, or if you want to make any comment, or if maybe you have other ballerina brands that are great that you want to share, please feel free to write it down in the comments. It's always interesting. I'm always curious to find out about other brands. And yeah, on this, I wish you a very nice day, and hope you will have a very enjoyable day and a lot of fun. Bye.